Unique to humans is the ability to be aware of being aware. And this means you have the opportunity to, at any time during your waking state, observe your own thoughts, your own feelings, your own emotions, your own opinions, judgments, actions, and habits as they happen to you in real time. Being aware is being conscious of your own thoughts. Being aware is essentially an awakening in itself. So as we meditate on a regular basis and practice our observational skills on a daily basis, we find that naturally there are just less thoughts coming in, which equals more space in our mind to access the field of consciousness. And you may ask, why are there less thoughts if you practice these skills regularly? Well, when you spend a few minutes practicing being in present moment awareness, it tends to extend into all of your other waking moments of your day. And when you're truly present, you're not just thinking of the past, you're not worrying about the future because you're present, you're fully in the now. So spending more time in the present moment naturally brings about more gratitude, more love for life, and the most wonderful aspect of all is that it gives you this space to be creative, to have new ideas, to be inspired. Without consciously being present, most of us have upwards of 70,000 thoughts a day, most of which are repeated, irrelevant, and unfortunately quite negative. So if we can focus on being present, it means less thoughts, and less thoughts can only be a good thing. So how aware are you? Here's some questions that will hopefully assist you in finding out. How often do I negatively judge myself on a daily basis? Now, most of us don't know because we're not aware of doing so. Another question is, how often do I run scenarios in my mind with negative outcomes? Again, we may need a couple of days to determine how often we're actually doing this, because most of the time when we're doing it, it's subconscious and you're not actually aware of yourself having these negative scenarios run in your mind. And the third question, how often do I give an opinion based on habitual conditioned beliefs? Now, this will take time to realize exactly how many times we react automatically to situations rather than stand back and constructively respond from a higher level. So what does it feel like when we're fully aware, fully in the present moment? You'll have all experienced it at some stage in your life, that's for sure. We know we're fully aware when the moment takes away all space and time. For example, when we're sitting on a beautiful sandy beach, watching a breathtaking sunset, the moments in our life when we are given incredible news, or when we have experienced being crazy in love, we experience full-blown mind-body coherence. Nothing else exists. We're purely in the now. Everything around us becomes so much more vivid, more alive. Colors seem to get brighter. You see beauty in the mundane. Whilst top athletes call it being in the zone, writers and artists call it their creative space. What a beautiful place to be. And on the other end of the scale, when the mind and body are in opposition, when they are in complete incoherence, we are in purely survival mode. We find ourselves filled with stress, toxins, recycled thought patterns. We're unable to tune into awareness, into consciousness. We are essentially and completely self-absorbed, wrapped up in our own negative emotions, which have taken over our entire being. There's no way we can connect with our higher awareness in this state. Our true essence in this survival mode is buried deep within us during this time. So you can compare this self-absorbed survival state to a faulty radio, unable to tune into your favorite radio station. In this case, imagine the radio station you're trying to tune into is consciousness. And even though the radio waves of that station always surround you, without a working radio, there's no way you can ever tune into that radio station, or any other for that matter. So in the case of wanting to access higher states of consciousness, if you're in a purely self-absorbed state, wrapped up in your own problems, worrying, allowing anxiety, frustration, stress, and negativity to run your mind, then there's no way you can access the field of higher consciousness. Calm, peace, serenity, creativity, and intuition are always less than a breath away. Their frequency, their energy surrounds us at all times in space. And once you know how to become aware and tune into their frequency, you will be able to access the field of consciousness even in the most challenging moments. A really simple exercise that I do when I find myself completely overwhelmed, anxious, frustrated, memories are controlling my mind, my heart's racing, I stop. I close my eyes and I take a deep, long, slow, deep breath in. And I hold that breath, and then I slowly allow that breath to leave my body. And just in that moment of just stepping to one side, getting out of your own way, I actually find my answer. At the very least, I find a calm inner being that I can connect to at any time. And I know for sure if I can do this, all you guys can do it too. So during our regular meditation practice, we do in time open a portal into higher consciousness. And no doubt many of you will already have experienced that. At first, it's rather like shining a torchlight through thick, thick fog. And as time goes by, the fog starts to lift and the beam of the torch starts to get so much wider. It expands and gives you this greater clarity of vision. Your dedication and commitment to this practice does actually expand your field of vision, and the fog lifts in time, with patience, with consistency, with regular daily practice, with your commitment. And I like to think of the torchlight as being awareness itself. And as I shine the light of awareness on different aspects of my life, I can gain greater clarity without being involved, in that emotional entanglement that you can't seem to get out of. So it's quite incredible what you can eliminate once you shine the light of awareness on it.